Hello, everyone, and welcome to EH Varo Enthusiast. Here's what's coming up. As TfL are set to release their new Piccadilly line upgrade, it begins to split opinions amongst Londoners. We look at Londoners' views on the new upgrade, and they believe that the Piccadilly line should have come first before this was announced. Also ahead, rich drivers ignore ULEZ and the council's Clean Air scheme when they treat the £65 fine like a toll. We look at the Hammersmith and Fulham Council, who talk about how their neighbourhood has turned the fines to benefit the people within their area, and also offer more opportunities to them as well. Welcome to the program, everyone. I'm EH Varo Enthusiast in London, and tonight we start off talking about Londoners, as they are now split by the new TfL announcement that the Piccadilly line is set for major upgrades, with some suggesting that other underground lines should have come first before prioritising this. The project for the Piccadilly line is an estimated £2.9 billion deal, with the tube line expected to close later in the year for improvements to infrastructure and the testing for the new trains, which are set to come next year. While some of the Londoners hailed the news as fantastic, others in the capital believed that TfL should have prioritised other underground lines. One Londoner, Mark Bolton, said on Facebook, quote, "Still don't understand why the Piccadilly line needs new trains more than the Bakerloo line." Damien Camachos added, quote, "Bakerloo looking like a 70s disco train. We definitely needed it more. Laugh out loud." Others thought that the Central line is overdue an upgrade, saying, quote, "It's been left for years without any refurbishments or anything done to the line itself." However, lots of commuters have welcomed the news. Jake Bennett said, quote, "It's going to be weird having these new trains on the Piccadilly line, but a welcome change, including having air conditioning. And it was about time that it's been added." On August 1st, 2023, TfL looked at the new Piccadilly line trains, where they said there's an increased capacity of 10%, walk-through and air-conditioned carriages, improved accessibility, and more energy-efficient trains. The first 94 of them have arrived in Germany for testing ahead of entering service next year in 2025. Many commuters were concerned over the continuing accessibility issues across the London Underground. Avril Smith said, quote, "Money should have been spent making all the stations step-free. Old Street Station, for one, is a nightmare of steps, and there's other unstable, unusable by people with reduced mobility." Lewis Allenby added that, "I bet accessibility won't change as usual. Even if there's a lift, we're lucky if it's working, and after going through a maze to find it." TfL then responded by that comment by saying that there will be an improved accessibility across Piccadilly line trains by improving the platform to step-free access and reviewing station platforms, with the aim to complete the works before the new train fleets enter into service. However, they declined to comment further on the issue. Amongst all of the improvements, commuters can expect walk-through carriages air-conditioned with wider double doorways, enhanced digital displays, and increased CCTV security on the new Piccadilly line trains. The new trains will replace the old fleet starting from 2025. And now, we turn to our next top story, where we look at rich drivers who ignore London Council's Clean Air scheme, which pairs with ULEZ and treats the £65 fine like a toll. Hammersmith and Fulham in West London, the council have collected almost £12 million worth in fines from its two Clean Air Neighbourhood schemes in 2023. A West London council is spending millions secured via clean air fines on schemes, from new parking bays to a cycle route. Hammersmith and Fulham Council made almost £12 million from its clean air neighbourhoods, labelled as CAN, last year in South Fulham, a portion of which went overheard and maintenance costs. The council has now revealed, however, that more than £3 million has either been spent on or earmarked for a range of healthy streets and environmental projects, with other large schemes in the pipeline. A spokesperson for the council says that the initiatives are designed to make Hammersmith and Fulham the best place to live and shop for work. However, the council says that some of the cash is being granted from rich drivers who just ignored the restrictions and are happily able to pay the fines. While the borough has been covered by ULEZ since 2021, the council also runs two cans in South Fulham, one either side of Wandsworth Bridge Road, in a bid to further cut emissions. The first, to its east, was set up in July 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic and was made permanent in the following December of that year. The scheme to the west was implemented from February 2023, with the council's cabinet making it permanent last month. Designed to deter out of borough drivers from the route running through residential side streets and bring pollution levels down, the cans involved cameras being installed at key locations, with the council ensuring penalty charges issued to those who were caught in the zone. Residents with cars registered in the borough, black cabs, career business visitors, and others with exemptions do not have to pay fines. The scheme was proven controversial since the first can was implemented. Advocates have praised the impact on the side streets, with the council claiming that the number of drivers from outside Hammersmith and Fulham have dropped by 78% since the trial was set to the west began. Others, however, say that CAN simply pushes traffic onto other roads, causing congestions on main thoroughfares such as New Kings Road and Wandsworth Bridge Road. The council data shows here that in 2023, the two cans pulled up £11.8 million in fines, £7.8 million from the Western scheme, and £4 million from the Eastern. The council, however, predicts that more recently established Western can will reduce to around 2.6 million in 2024 due to drivers becoming more accustomed to the scheme. A spokesperson said that some wealthy drivers have begun to treat the £65 million fine as a toll and have even asked if they can set up a direct debit. And on your screen right now, it shows a map of South Fulham, the West Can area, where they've implemented this. And the orange areas show that all drivers can enter and leave this area via New Kings Road without going through cameras. And the green shows that all drivers can enter and leave this area via Wandsworth Bridge without going through the cameras. And obviously the cameras show will discourage out-of-borough motorists using the streets as cut-throughs. Now, the big question that has been looming around in the air is, what will they actually spend the money on? Well, they have said that the council have now revealed projects funded by more than £3 million of the income via fines from two cans. These are a major street scene makeover of Wandsworth Bridge and New Kings Road, including new bike racks, high quality seating, signage, hanging baskets, planters, mini parklets, and they also went to say this: a new safety, quiet way cycle route working with Transport for London, connecting Putney Bridge to Fulham Broadway and Imperial Wharf. New shopper park bays from Wandsworth Bridge Road and New Kings Road. Improved safety at pedestrian crossings with raised crossing and new zebra crossing at existing island locations. Improved and side streets junctions, removing block paving, shortening the distance to the cross, and introducing sustainable drainage planting. Improved visibility of retail areas with the new high impact road surface planters, stylized street furniture, architectural lighting, and banners. 80 new trees on Wandsworth Bridge, over 100 of the streets in the east, a new windflower verge on New Kings Road, and adjacent to Eelbrook Common, acting as a buffer between the road and pavement, protecting against the flood. New cycle hangers in Setrington Road, Demock Road, Edenvale Street, Fritston Street, Rosemary Road, Woollingney Street, Cranberry Road, and Snowbury Road. A council person then added that a longer term and not so more expensive schemes are also being worked on through these, or have more scoping and planning with more input from TfL. They include a redesign of Wandsworth Bridge Junction with Townmead Road and Carnworth Road to introduce signage, pedestrian crosses, and further works to Wandsworth Bridge Road, such as mini parklets and anti-flooding measures. The spokesperson said 15,000 fewer cars a day are using the residential side streets of South Fulham as a commuter cut-through, while 1.4 tons of deadly nitrogen oxide and 2 tons of climate-damaging carbon emissions have been removed from the air. Since the recent Clean Air trial began, fines by almost 80% are predicted, and air pollution from the congestion has become a thing of the past in residential streets, which are now quieter, cleaner, and safer. Another quote was, "Any surplus from the fine goes into our ambitious program of hundreds more trees, new safe cycle routes, better flood drainage, and green landscaping, and encouraging play streets and cafe culture, all to make Hammersmith and Fulham the best place to live, work, and shop in." And that was a shorter episode of EH4 Enthusiasts for tonight. It was meant to be 3 segments, but we have not got many stories to talk about. But that's it for now. If you ever miss our shows, remember you can always catch us online here on our podcast, and you can always find us online on all of our social media platforms, on YouTube, Twitter, and on Flickr. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Goodbye from London.